We've been part of this society. We are part of the fabric of who we are as Americans. We've been your nannies, we've been harvesting your vegetables, we've been your priests, we've been your social workers. We are here to contribute to the economy, and we are human beings. I am Juan Carlos Ruiz, an organizer and co-founder of the New Sanctuary Coalition. Practically, I am a minister for the Lutheran Church here in New York City. We work with families and communities who are facing deportation, many being targeted by a law that is unjust, and we seek as communities of faith to change the politics, not only of this administration, but of this country. Given my background in terms of being undocumented, seeing my family with the same experience of being vulnerable, I have always been close to those communities that, the legal status is questionable. I came to the States back in the 1980s, following my family. My family had moved because of the devaluation of the peso. They told me basically that they were not going back to Mexico, that they were planning to stay. Around 2000, we formed a network of churches and of people who were giving voice to the rising concerns of farm workers. We also founded some free clinics. All my career with the Catholic Church was basically advocating, organizing, and working with the neglected people, the underdog. And that plunged me into hot waters. And more we are being accustomed to seeing weaponized people going into our homes, into our communities, kidnapping people away. What is the message? Is it that the immigrant is more dangerous than any other person? We see this causing direct impact and terror in our communities.
They're bringing drugs, they're bringing crime, they're rapists.
We have a whole apparatus that criminalizes people, that sees people not as people, but as a threat, and that's really dangerous. Our civil liberties are being eroded. We have many people who are basically right now being targeted by this administration because they haven't been able to regularize their status. And there are no people that came here yesterday. They've been with us for the last 4 decades, 40 years, and they are still checking in. The system works like the parole system. You have to be under supervision. So we have about 2.3 million people nationally checking in. That includes the DACA people, that includes the temporary protected status people. And we talk about these 2.3 million people being the low-hanging fruit, which the administration is going after. I think there is this sense that we have a law that is fair, a law that is processing people in an effective way. We know that the law, like slavery at one point was legal. We know that we as religious leaders, as people of conscience, have the obligation to break that law because it is an unjust law. The government talks about sensitive spaces, places where La Migra ICE cannot violate. Those sensitive spaces are schools, clinics, hospitals, and churches. Here in New York, we have seen ICE violating some of the schools. We have seen them violating some of the hospitals. So Aura Hernandez came to one of our clinics, kind of despairing because she had a final order of deportation on March 1st. Right away, we saw that she didn't have much time. When she came in 2004, the Border Patrol took her to a processing center. One of the Border Patrol officials raped her, so that's under investigation. She came to us because she has 2 U.S. children that she didn't want to leave behind, and also 2 of her brothers have been killed recently in Guatemala. And she has made a life for herself. To go back for her was sending her back to her certain death.
Es un cambio porque no es como tu casa, pero te adaptas a saber de que estás luchando por algo que es el bienestar de tu familia, y sabiendo más que tus hijos pasan una situación emocionalmente muy mal. Ella sabe en su corazón de que no están bien las cosas. Sí lo siente que no estamos en casa, que no estamos con nuestra familia, que poco los ve. Y sí, lo está resintiendo mucho, pero el de 10 años, como él ya entiende un poco más, es el que más ha afectado psicológicamente.
We see that this administration, given their explicit racism, allows and gives license to a great deal of abuse, a great deal of fear in our communities. Maybe one of the most significant questions nowadays is how do we keep our humanity in human times? How do we keep being sane in such a maddening world? I need to remind myself, and I need to remind people, that our humanity is in danger. We need to somehow find ways of resisting together, celebrating our diversity, and really organize ourselves so that the change that we need may be a reality, so that everybody can enjoy and live in dignity and in peace.